Welcome to One You Talk Show on Anchor Podcast. This is my first podcast segment, and I just started this podcast to specifically make people appreciate themselves. We live in a world that is getting pretty crazy. A lot of people are suffering with depression and just overall not happy with life. We want you to recognize that you are special and that no matter what's going on, you can overcome it, you can conquer it, you can find happiness you crave out of life. You are special, and we want you to celebrate you. So that's the motive behind our podcast, is to not only give you advice, but to give a little motivational push to you every once in a while. And I certainly hope you'll enjoy our podcast. Today, just because this is an introduction to the podcast, then I would like to encourage you all to follow. I will also be adding a video blog to this podcast on YouTube. I don't have it up yet, but for those of you who are listening today, again, I would like you to follow and also share my link and ask your friends to follow so I can get a nice following going on. Because after all, this podcast is all about you, one you. Today, I think what I would like to talk about is relationships, because most of us are in relationships. Some of us in good relationships, some of us are not in so good relationships. But the bottom line is you're in a relationship because you found someone you love and you're hoping to share a life with them. Whether you have kids and you're raising a family, or it's just you and your significant other. You're hoping that this person will be your happily ever after. But sometimes it don't work out that way. Things change, life change, people change. How do you cope with being in a relationship and having the person you're in love with change on you, and one day you wake up and you don't even recognize this person anymore, and you feel like you're losing your relationship, you're losing the man or woman you're in love with? How do you deal with that? A lot of people get depressed behind it. They're afraid to reach out and talk to others because they don't want to have people gossip behind them or make fun of them, because it's just painful enough when you're having relationship problems than to have to worry about people talking about you behind your back. But at the same time, you do need a support group. You need someone who understands and listen, and who won't judge you, or put your business out in the street, as they call it. And what I would like to do in this podcast is maybe give you that support without you actually having to talk to someone, to just let you know someone understands that it's difficult when you're having relationship problems. It's difficult trying to decide whether you should work through your problems and make it last, or just let it go, because it's hard to let things go, especially if you've invested a lot of time in effort in the relationship. It's very difficult to let go. The first thing I would like to say is, if you find yourself in a relationship and this person has completely changed and you no longer recognize the person you're with, perhaps they're cheating, maybe they're not, maybe you guys have just outgrown each other. Don't blame yourself. It is not your fault. There is nothing you can do about a person outgrowing you, about a person cheating, about a person being disloyal. And I would like to say this really applies to all relationships. Specifically, I'm talking about girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. or husband, husband, wife, wife, whatever your situation is, because I do recognize that there are all different types of relationship, and I would like to respect all um, love love type relationships. But this can also apply to relationships with a family member or a friend. People grow. They outgrow each other. Sometimes you don't move in the same direction, but you must always stay on your own path. Yes, you can walk a path with someone. If you're married, you can walk on a journey to plan a better future for your family. But when someone get off of course, you cannot automatically want to jump off course with them and take their path, because that may not be the right choice for you. They may be headed in a direction that you don't want to go into. And it may not have a positive outcome for you to travel along that path with them. So you have to maintain yourself while also trying to maintain a relationship and honor and respect your partner and who they are. But when it gets to a part where a person is cheating on you, they're disloyal to you, they are lying to you, they're keeping secrets from you, you're no longer in a relationship. You are, as the movie says, sleeping with the enemy, and it won't bring you happiness anymore. You will lose yourself. You will find yourself trying to make this person love you, trying to make this person see, hey, I'm here, appreciate me, see me, but they won't, because they're too wrapped up and involved in what they're doing. And for them, life is no longer about you, us, we. It's all about them. And when a person gets to a point in life where life is all about them, you have to let them go live that life. You have to let them find whatever it is they're searching for. And sometimes loving people, part of loving people is letting them go. And that is very painful. It is very painful to let someone you love go, to set them free. Because in your mind, you've always dreamed that you would be a part of their life. Um, So, again, the first step is to realize it's not you. This is them. This is what they need to do for themselves. Yes, it's going to hurt you. And I would like to say to you, try not to take it personal. But I know that's like very difficult to do. To not take it personal when someone you love is cheated on you or lied to you or what have you. But for your own sanity, you have to try to realize that people are imperfect, people make mistakes, and sometimes people will not want you. They will not want to be with you for whatever reason it is. And it could be their own stupidity in not acknowledging that they have a really great person that love and support them and that's loyal to them. It could just be their own stupidity. And some people are stuck on stupid, and there's nothing you can do about it. But realize that you are a beautiful person. Realize that someone will love you and appreciate you and value your loyalty, your trust, your love. And you take that energy that you put into crying over someone who's not worth it, you take that energy and level yourself up. Make yourself the best you that you can be and repair yourself. Because eventually you will find yourself in another relationship, but I would say take your time, because you don't want to bring baggage to your next relationship. You don't want to bring the distrust you've grown to have and place it upon someone else who may not deserve it because of what your ex did. Um, Focus on yourself, loving yourself, getting to know yourself better, because being in a bad relationship or a failed relationship, it will change you and you will become a new person. So you do need to get to know that new person before you move on to a new relationship. And as far as depression go, try to stay active, find something you really like to do, whether it's, going to the movies, taking a movie once a week, hang out with friends or a family member, um, take up a worthy cause, volunteer some time to a nonprofit organization, um, find a charity that you're interested in and advocate for it. Just do something to keep your mind out of that dark place of feeling lonely and missing that person. Because most likely that person is out there living their lives, not even thinking about you. But you have to think about you because your life is about you. Whether you're with anyone, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a daughter, a son, a lover, a husband, the relationship can end. You can go your separate ways from people, but at the end of the day, you still have to live with yourself. Until the day you die, you have you. So it is very imperative to nurture you, to take care of you, to feed your soul with positivity, and to uplift and build yourself up. And that's going to be a constant thing. It has to be a way of life, just like eating healthy. You have to maintain a healthy soul and spirit. And that's basically, what this podcast is about. Nurturing your soul, building yourself up, keeping yourself positive, even when you want to fall apart. I have been many times at a place where I felt depressed or like I wanted to fall apart or blaming myself. Not really blaming myself, but I guess getting caught up in trying to rise above things other people have done to me. I have allowed what they have done to me to make me feel bad about myself, like I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy. And I know that I am worthy, I know that I am good enough, and I know that anyone who does not appreciate that is a damn fool. So, everyone has to come to that place in life. And I am here to help you get to that place, to comfort you, to support you, to be that sounding board, to say the things that you already know deep inside of you, but your emotions just don't allow you to think properly. And again, like I said, this is our first podcast, and I do hope to have some guests and maybe set it up where I can get some calls in or maybe take some questions for you all if you want to email me at oneyoutalkshow@gmail.com. I would be happy to answer any questions you have. And again, please follow, share the link, have your friends follow. I want to make a difference. There is one you, and I want to celebrate it. Thank you for joining my show.